Hello everyone and welcome to Gierok Farms. In today's video we're going to be working on the Magnum again, finishing up that tire project, or at least what I have parts to finish. We got to slide this tire in to 30-inch row settings just like that other one, and then I also have a door seal because this one is shot. Otherwise, we're going to be waiting on the hubs. The hubs that I have are wrong. They're not going to work. So my tire dealer, he's going to get me a different style hub that should work, which would be nice. Then we'll be able to bolt the duals on and have this thing set up and ready to go. But we also have to move some machinery today before winter sets in. We got to get the snow blower out for Dad. And then I also want to get this planter tucked away for winter, nice and out of the way, in some long-term storage, I guess you could say. I didn't film it all, but we finished up the planter project. I got everything painted up nice. That drive system is all completed, the hinge and all that. The row markers are all painted up. The only thing I'm waiting on is I'm having the cylinder rebuilt for the main up and down. But that'll be simple enough. Hook the hydraulic lines back up, slap a pin in both sides, and then we're good to go. But I better get over to the other shed and help Dad move stuff. We hope you enjoy the video. So we got to move the pallet of duals here out of the way, the silage blower, and then we'll be able to get to the snow blower back here tucked away. Last year I had my planter stored in here, but Dad doesn't think we should mess around trying to fit it in here. It does take up quite a bit of space, and it is an awkward shape. But we also got to get this fuel tank tucked back in there. While he's messing around with them pallets, I'm gonna get this hooked up and moved over to the bull barn with the Oliver. You girls behave, you don't pull all that hay off of there, okay? Let us do that. Had a couple bales fall off when I turned around in the waterway here. Rookie move, I'd say. right, we got the planter over here. Let's go into the overhang and see what we can help Dad with in here. Swing the front that way. All right, straight back. It's time to continue on the game of Tetris. We got to figure out how to get this planter in here so it's not too in the way to get the commodities out of the back half here. Time to puzzle everything together. She's parked and ready to just hook on and go in the spring. Like Dad was saying, he'll have to just move it every now and then with the skid steer once he gets more of the hay and the straw and the corn stalks out of here. As winter goes on, we'll have more and more shed space. Enough room in here for a tractor and maybe another skid steer. Especially once we finish that Magnum, at least for today, then we could probably just go back in here for now. Got a block heater on it, so if I gotta work on it this winter, I can just plug it in for a couple hours before I gotta start it and move it. I gotta say, I'm very satisfied to have that planter up to snuff. It was nice to try it out, even though it was just in the ice. I would have preferred to try it out earlier this fall, but fall's a busy time of year. I'm gonna roll these tires back in here out of the way so we ain't gotta mess with those. I'll find a place back here. I was gonna take it down to the trench. I'll just take the one down. Dad said he's gonna take the other one down to the trench, so be nice wait for the piles. They ain't got a big hole in them or ripped out, so if a guy needed to, he could get by with them for now until they get all weather cracked and checked up. There just isn't any tread left on them. But if we had an issue with one of these new ones, like a warranty problem where they bulge, or we catch a fence post or something crazy, and have a blowout. We can revert back to those for a temporary fix. All right, I think we should have everything moved now. We got a lot of room here in the shop now. It'll be nice to get back to this Magnum project. This side here I want to check, and I think we're nice and squared up. I think with this wedge system it's hard to get them uneven, but I'll hit all of them again and see if we can pull it in a little more now that she's kind of settled into place. If you watched the other video, you've seen how we kind of struggled with that. We couldn't figure out how to use that tool that I received from the guys that had this tractor before, but I think we're gonna try to clean stuff up a bit better before we try to slide everything in. Hopefully going through it one time makes it easier the second time. I threw some oil on all them components over there. I got the tractor jacked up and ready to go. I'm gonna shift back over here while I'm letting that oil soak in and try to figure out my bolts here for the bottom. I don't know if there's supposed to be a shorter bolt down there. I hit a dead end there and we still got at least another inch or so of threads to go. So I'm guessing they're supposed to be shorter, or with the OEM bracket, that bigger cast bracket, that might be a longer passageway there for it to get to the actual threads on the tractor. So I'm gonna spin them out here and throw some oil in them, and then get some kind of washer or spacer to put in there to keep everything nice and tight there. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere, especially because at first here I'm not gonna put the full stack on. We're only gonna go, you know, 2/3 of them or so. As you can see by the paint on the bolts, we got in at least that far. So I'm gonna blow some compressed air in them holes, throw some oil in there, and then we'll come up with some kind of spacers to help us even more. Okay, I got my bracket secured. I'm happy with that. She's squashed on there real tight. Now, just so that all this holds up, is with 18 weights, I think they're 100 pound a piece. That's quite a bit of weight hanging on that bracket. I am not quite sure if she's tough enough for that, but I think we have enough room to, if we wanted to put them all on there, we could. So that is what it is there. As for locking these on, I was looking at a neighbor's tractor. These weights are a bit different, but they should work. We are gonna have to find some kind of bolt. His tractor had like big square blocks that the bolt would go through, and then that kind of locks it at an angle here up against this bracket to keep the weight from jumping if you hit a bump. Because the farm I picked this up from, you could see in the shed they had some of these that were the case weights, but right where it met this joint here, they were cracked and broke off. So I'm assuming that the bolt and the hardware that kept this thing from bouncing probably got banged up and knocked loose. And then she was bouncing and then snapped the hanger right off the weight, which we don't want. Another thought was too that even if we don't lock all of them down and can't find enough hardware, we'll throw a threaded rod through this hole. It should line up with all of them. Then we can lock them all together and that'll keep it even more from bouncing up and down. I was kind of digging around in that box. Once I get all the weights out of there, we can confirm that, but I don't think I have the hardware for that. So we might be able to find something here to make it work. Otherwise, I'll be buying more stuff to finish this Magnum project. But that's how she goes. So I'm gonna pivot here while I'm daydreaming about that and get this wedge undone here and get our tire slid in. Your nuts, you're gonna wreck them. It's coming apart nicer than the other one. Oh my gosh, it popped right off.
said you're gonna do something with some lights.
Yeah, we'll see. I buy tiger lights for it. I don't know if I will before spring, but.
Right, but you'd probably, it's maybe more of the lens right now. It's just from age. Mine are getting kind of yellow too.
Because I used it in the dark doing that chisel plowing, and I was able to see just fine. So
see it now.
I might
Till you
just
get my
leave it.
age, then you won't see so good. Then
Yeah.
you get better lens.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll put some more hours on it first, probably make sure it's not gonna have any issues. Check the door off the list. Got all that done. All right, so we got the front weights on. This is kind of Dad's engineering right here. We need to get these to somehow hang on there, and Dad came up with that long strap all the way across, and then a bolt on each end to kind of help hold it. And I think that should work out just fine.
Yeah, then you got a longer rod, so if you want to add more. See, a person could do something where, like John Deere's got it so they can't slip past the middle. They hook on the bottom and the top, which I don't know why they didn't do that. That would have been a simple design.
Well, and keep in mind too, these are aftermarket. These aren't perfect case ones, and same with this bracket. It's just close here.
Like you said, they could be made for other tractors, so then they didn't want to make them too original.
The neighbor's tractor, it hooked up on top here, but it was more, everything was squared up a lot nicer. It fit in here really well.
Right, so this is made for a bigger groove.
Yeah.
I think they are kind of universal that way, but they're black, so.
Yeah, they'll look like they were for this.
You guys won't tell anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, all 70,000 of you. Well, there you go. I think we're gonna clean up here, and then you wanna move some of these to the other shed? Just
I'll
to kinda
take
get-
TA to the other shed, and then these, what you got left for weights, will stack
put it
along
in.
the wall. It's just so I can get the skid steer in over there, because if we get super cold or a lot more snow, we're gonna need to shop for keeping our main machines in and thawed, and
going.
little room around here.
Yeah, when it comes to the Magnum, all that's really left to do before next spring is change some filters to finish the service, but otherwise I think I got the main stuff done, and the hubs.
Gotta get those different hubs, which that's all simple stuff.
All the major stuff is done. I'm pretty happy with where it's at right now, so. All right, we're finished up with the machinery shuffle, and we got that Magnum put away. It's a really good feeling to know that I have a majority of this stuff done on that tractor, and it's fairly ready for spring, but there's still a little bit yet to do. So if you enjoyed this video, stay tuned for that one. Putting them duals on, getting the rest of that service done. I have to adjust the cable for the transmission, so there's still some small stuff to do yet. Also, you Magnum guys, let me know how you weight up your tractors. I have no additional weight in the back. It's just gonna be those duals, those 42s for tires. So if you think I have too much weight up front, let me know. If you think it's not enough, let me know. I got enough weights to where if I wanna put 3-point implements on the back that are heavy, it will handle it just fine. But I wanna get that thing ballast just right. So if you know about all that stuff, leave all that down below or direct message us. We do have social media like Instagram and Facebook, so check those out and message us there. We also have a P.O. box, so if you ever want to send us some mail, you can send it there, and that's all down in the description. We also have our store, GierokFarms.com, where my wife and I pack all the orders, and you can get yourself some awesome Gierok Farms hats just like these. So go check it out, GierokFarms.com. Remember to subscribe, share, and like. It's all free and helps us out a lot. It lets us get in touch with more people just like you. So we love sharing our journey. We love that you're part of it, and we will see you all next time.